It is the first day of spring, and obviously that meant I had to bust out my spring shirt. I think actually I have worn this pretty well every single March 20th for as long as I can remember. This is actually a really special day for me. The first time I launched my program, I actually believe was probably at this point 2 years ago. And I launched it on March the 20th, which is the first day of spring. So this is kind of like full circle for me and very kismet in a way. Because if you've ever been curious or thinking about working with me in any capacity, this is really your time to learn more. For the next few weeks, I'm going to be diving deep into what my program looks like. If you've been around here for a long time, you know that my program has been going through some changes. I've been working with a really amazing coach to take my business to the next level. And as such, obviously, my business has grown as well, too. It's been blossoming. It has been evolving. So prior, the program that I was running was Purposeful Insight. Now we are in a bit of a transition phase. This is so appropriate, the name of this. And I think it truly encapsulates the work that I'm doing with my clients and what the end result is for them. And I like to consider myself somebody that isn't your typical salesperson in terms of like, I don't want to like highlight all of the things that you might see is like wrong with you or you have deemed like wrong with you. I don't want to focus on those things. I really want to share with you what you can expect if we work together and come from a place of genuineness and authenticity and just share what I'm doing and how it can serve and support you. And then it's up to you from there. If it feels like a good fit, we go ahead. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. But the name of this program now at this moment, and this could change obviously, is the Journey to Worthiness. And this is really what my program is all about. If you are somebody that identifies as being an exhausted empath, because the majority of the people and the women I work with are highly empathetic. It seems to be like kindred spirits that find each other because they're highly empathetic. They feel things so deeply in their heart, in their soul, but they're living a life that wasn't designed by them. They're living this life in accordance with supposed to culture. And if you have been watching for a while, you know all about supposed to culture because I've been really talking about this. But supposed to culture is, think about it like your societal expectations, this pressure to be somebody that is just like everybody else. It's like society has said there's this one standard of what it means to be a woman. And if you don't meet this specific standard and you don't do all these things that you're supposed to do, then there's something inherently wrong with you. And part of the work we're doing is going from being this exhausted empath to breaking up with supposed to culture. I really want you to see this as like breaking up with a crappy partner, somebody that's been treating you badly and wants you to change everything about who you are. And it's time to break up with that. We're leaving that behind. Goodbye. We're ditching supposed to culture. And I really want you to think about it like that. And as you walk this journey to worthiness, you naturally step into and tap into your empowerment as an empath. So by the time we're finished, you're flourishing as a more authentic, empowered empath that isn't afraid to set boundaries, that understands what their needs are, that taps into their emotions, that keeps their intuition in play and doesn't shut it down. It's this beautiful journey from exhausted empathy to empowered empathy. And just watching this unfold as a practitioner, as a therapist, as a coach is just so powerful and inspiring to watch it play out and to be a part of that story with you. So that is what you can expect. That is really the end result. I want you to leave feeling like you're finally accepting who you are. You're finally ready to flourish on your terms and create a life that feels good for you and leaving behind this need to adhere to standards that were never your own to begin with. So that's sort of what the journey is, That is exactly what the journey is. And as we go through the next few weeks and I talk more about the program, I'll share little tidbits about it. I don't want to overwhelm you with one, 30-minute video right now. I want to try and keep it as short and succinct as I can. You're right. This is Denise we're talking about. But ultimately, what we're going to be doing is working together for approximately 3 months. And this is going to look different for everybody. Counseling isn't cookie cutter. It's not one size fits all. It's not, it's going to work in this amount of time for you or this amount of time for you. And you could get to the end of the 3 months and realize you need a little bit more time together. Or we could work together for, a couple of weeks in and you can really start to see those changes. Everybody is different and your story is incredibly unique. It's really going to be based on you. And I follow your lead. But for the most part, we're going to be working together 3 months. We are going to be, and it's intense work. Don't get me wrong. It's not like this is some walk in the park. It's not. I would be lying to you. Anytime you go through the therapeutic process or or you work with a coach, it means taking a look at how things are right now and where in your life you're feeling dissatisfied and what elements of your life need healing or need tending to or need your attention. Because if you're anything like me, you're at this point where like enough is enough. I'm tired of feeling this way. And that's also one of the kind of common threads that the majority of my clients feel when they come to me and they're ready to work with me. They've had this feeling like enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. I can't wake up feeling this way anymore. And fear of what is possible is better than staying the way I am right now. Because anytime you invest in yourself and you work with a counselor, like there's an element of unknown. And anytime there's an element of the unknown, there's naturally going to be fear that comes up. There's going to be fear that arises, right? So that can lead to resistance, procrastination, to not really wanting to explore it. But that's the point my clients get to, where it's like, the unknown isn't even scary anymore. The scary thing is staying and feeling this way and continuing to feel this way. I want to take my power back. I want to feel like I'm in control of my own life. And that's sort of what happens too. You feel like you're spinning out of control in your own life. Like you don't have a grasp on anything. And that's the work we're doing. And that is emotional. There is going to be work there, but I try and make you feel as safe as possible. Your emotional safety is everything for me. When we work together, our first order of business is for you to feel safe. That you never have to worry about feeling judged, that you can speak your mind, that you can be honest, that you can be yourself, that you don't have to pretend and put on a mask and put on a show with me. You can take that mask off and really be the raw, vulnerable person that you are right now. And wherever you are right now, I want you to really practice accepting that, because you're right where you're meant to be in this moment. Even if that feels like it's in a spot where it's really, really challenging, you're right where you need to be. So like I said, we're going to work together approximately 3 months. And this isn't just your average counseling programming. We're going to be in consistent communication. That's important because I realize and recognize as a practitioner that there's more happening outside of our hourly sessions. There's stuff going on because you're navigating the world, and you're evidently going to have triggers or things come up or things go on, and you're going to need that support. So we're talking during that entire 3 months, which is really what makes my program, I think, extremely unique. But I'm going to stop talking for now because this video is getting long. But as I said, we'll be talking about this for the next couple of weeks, and I'm excited to share all about it with you. I'm out of breath, obviously, because I'm talking so fast. But if you have been curious about working together, what that looks like, if you know already that the journey to worthiness is for you and your intuition is screaming right now, there's a couple of things you can do. You can book a call with me. My calendar is in the link in my bio. You can message me, send me a direct message, send me a private message. We can chat it out. And these are all just conversations. I'm not the kind of person that's like, oh, you've given me an objection, let me just address your objection. I'm not into that. I'm all about giving you the space and it making sense. So I'm never going to shame you into working with me. That's not my jam. So if you want to explore that, I do offer a free 30-minute call. We'll meet over Google Meet. If Google Meet doesn't work for you, we can figure something else out. But reach out. It's the first step. And it's scary. It's okay to be really, really terrified right now. It's the first step. But we will get there. We will get there together. And as I said, it has to feel right. This is a no pressure zone. So if you want to explore it, if you're ready to explore it, if you're at the enough is enough point, if you want to start feeling like a more empowered empath, please reach out and let's have a chat. But with that, I'm going to get to work. But as always, I hope you make it a great day, and I will see you on the flip side.